Hi everyone, it's Jaymie here again. I'm a badass energy bitch, my way of celebrating being an empath and a nonconformist. And so my experience with a lot of the things that go on in the world and things that are being shared don't really resonate with me. And so I've kind of had to tweak things to make it my own. And I'm here to share with you some of my insights in hopes that it's going to inspire you and give you some insights. So today's topic is actually centered around self-growth and the difference between feeling unsafe, feeling uncomfortable, and feeling unhappy. Because I feel like there are these generalized blanket statements that say it's so important to feel uncomfortable, to be willing to be uncomfortable in order to grow. And I definitely agree with that statement. But I feel like there's not enough clarity around what it means to feel uncomfortable, the difference between feeling uncomfortable and feeling unhappy versus feeling unsafe. Because sometimes feeling uncomfortable can feel unsafe. It doesn't mean that you are unsafe, but if or feeling uncomfortable can make you unhappy. And so it's like when those things happen, it's like, well, at what point do you still persist in feeling uncomfortable for the desired end results? Because if being uncomfortable causes unhappiness and feelings of unsafety, and you're not supposed to feel unsafe and unhappy, then it's like, well, what are you supposed to do? Versus, are you feeling uncomfortable or are you labeling something as being uncomfortable when really you feel unsafe and you are desensitized because you've had so much trauma in your life that you're just trying to power through it, and that's why it's not sustainable. That's why you're not getting the results you want. Or you're unhappy and you're labeling that as being uncomfortable, because let's be real, like being unhappy is an uncomfortable feeling, right? Even if it can provide you some relief because you avoided feelings of vulnerability, there's something that's still there. And so I think it's really important to really know those distinctions, and also to recognize that in your self-growth journey, you're allowed and encouraged to take breaks from the path that from what you're doing and from feelings of discomfort. Because think of it like when you're growing, right? You go through these growing pains, these growth spurts, right? And like my sister had that, and like she would wake up in the middle of the night and she would just have so much pain growing up, and then like boom, she would just grow so fast in like the span of like a month, during the time that she would wake up in the middle of the night and she was like, I'm in so much pain, I'm in so much pain. It's something that she experienced. It was very much a real thing for her, right? But it wasn't happening all the time. And so that's the other thing, is that, the whole point of your spiritual journey is to grow and to like connect with who you are, to reconnect with who you are, to embody who you are, to to be in your state of being, right? But if you're taking this whole I have to do, I have to grow, I have to be uncomfortable, I have to get there, then you're kind of shifting away from the very thing that you're using the process that isn't going to lead you to your desired results. It's like when you're trying to be healthy and because you want to lose weight and you're doing it by throwing up kind of thing. It's like it doesn't necessarily always make sense, the approach that you take. So when you get to a point, I would say, where you're getting unhappy, you're experiencing intense anxiety, I think disengaging slightly, not abandoning the whole thing, is a wonderful way to go. And another way to curb the high intensity of discomfort that leads to or can actually be unhappiness or or feelings of unsafety is to actually incorporate feelings of comfort, which is something that no one's ever told me. I was always told, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable. And I was like freaking out. And I'm like, dude, I feel like there's someone that's like putting a gun to my head and you guys are telling me to just fucking move forward. And I hate you all. Like, I was so enraged and I was so upset that no one could understand what the fuck I was talking about. And when I decided to tell everyone to fuck off, and I was like, I don't give a shit about what any of you guys have to say, I deserve to fucking feel comfortable, and I took a bath, that's when things shifted for me. Because part of growth, part of your spiritual journey, it's like the process of a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. You're cocooning, you're hibernating. There's this feeling of safety that's happening when you're growing in your mother's womb and you're in utero. Like, you're growing, you're like nestled in this soft, warm space. And so I think it's so important when you're going through this growing journey to not be so exclusively in this state of I have to be uncomfortable, I have to be uncomfortable, I have to be uncomfortable. Because if you're doing that and the discomfort isn't actually leading to you moving forward, but it's the thing that's actually holding you back, then it's kind of like being stuck is meant to inspire you to move forward. It's not meant to make you suffer. If it's motivating you in a way that doesn't serve you, then it's time to step away from that and to incorporate feelings of comfort, because then you're gonna want to move forward, right? This is really so important. So I want you to think about, what are some things that make you feel comfortable? What really helps you? For me, it's baths. Baths, taking Himalayan salt baths are amazing for me. They're amazing for empaths. I highly recommend Himalayan salt baths way more than Epsom salt baths. I love gardening. I love being barefoot in the ground, in the garden. I love going to the beach. I love dipping my feet in the water. I love going hiking. Hot yoga is one of my absolutely favorite things. I also enjoy breath work. There's just different things. I love playing with dogs, just incorporating different types of things that make me feel safe, things that comfort me. Being around children and babies really make me feel safe. It brings me back to a time of innocence that I think I lost over the years. And I feel like kids share that energy with me, and it just is very rejuvenating for me. And I love that experience. Whatever this is for you, if you find that you've been uncomfortable in the name of self-growth and it hasn't been serving you, it's led you to be unhappy, it's led you to feeling just really unsafe to the point where you're not present, shift it to whatever is going to allow you to feel safe and present and in your body. Because if you're feeling safe, then you're not going to be in your body, and the way to feel safe is to be in your body. So you need to recalibrate yourself into that state. All right? I hope that this video helped. Please comment and share with me your insights, what you took out of this, and what are some of the things that you do in order to feel safe, in order to recalibrate yourself and get more grounded. Thanks for watching. Bye.